reasons I dislike it is because of the loyalty factor. A
I
lot of
think
these
he came from the Ram tree,
LaFleur.
McVay tree.
Yeah. Well, that was part of the Shanahan. That's
But then
still
again, I think McVay came from Shanahan. So
yeah.
yeah, I hear you.
So I was
I
like,
hear you.
they were always looking for the better, bigger job, and I'm like, bro, just win a Super Bowl, win a couple of them.
Right,
You know,
right. That's what I was talking about earlier. Okay, so this week's five biggest games. I guess we can start off with speaking of the Devils that we was talking about the Chargers earlier, playing Jacksonville. Jacksonville wins one game on Monday Night Football. They finally get over the hump. Trevor Lawrence finally beats Patrick Mahomes, and then they lose three of their next four games, being like a total choke artist. That being said, Travis Hunter is down for the year. That's a whole nother topic of he shouldn't be playing both sides of the ball like that. I knew that was going to catch up with him. I said I wouldn't draft him if he demanded to be playing all the 100% snaps both sides. I thought that was crazy talk. My thing is, I do think Jacksonville's a little bit more banged up offensively as a whole than the Chargers are. Chargers defense looks pretty solid coming into this game. It's from a health standpoint. You remember last time these guys had a big game. This is somewhat of a big game, but 27-point collapse by the Chargers under the other head coach there in the playoffs, and Jacksonville comes back and wins. I don't think that happens today. I think the Chargers, that defense, and that makeshift offensive line goes to Jacksonville, wins. It'll be a competitive game, 24-20. I like Chargers on the road to beat the reeling Jacksonville Jaguars. What's your thoughts about that game?
yeah, this game is gonna be a grudge match. I feel like, and I hope the weather comes in as a factor just to
Yeah,
make
it
it
should be
more.
okay down there.
Yeah, I just wish it would be just disgusting so it can make it a little bit more challenging for both teams. But Jacksonville's starting to rear its head again. They came out strong, but now they're just I don't know. They're so up and
It looked like
down,
the
and then
same team under a different coach.
and then the Chargers, they got a win under their belt, which they needed. I feel like the team, it's like a mirror match almost. So the team that has a better kicking game and the better uh, special teams, I think is going to win this. But I'm with you. Maybe 27-24 by a field goal, toss up.
Chargers.
Let me see. Let me give it to. It's at home. I'll give it to the Jaguars.
So you gonna pick Jacksonville?
27 over 20. Yeah, 27
All
24.
right,
It's a field goal.
I'll take. I'm up one. I like to get a little
You
cushion
you
there. So
you love the Chargers, man. I don't. I feel like they're so overrated.
I would have taken Jacksonville, but they're all banged up, man, and they look suspect, man.
Yeah, but this is one of those games that I feel like Trevor Lawrence. He's home. The home crowd is going to be rooting for him. They need to get a win to be in contention for a better playoff spot, and because they're in the division with Indianapolis, and I feel like this is a good game for them to just sneak up on the Chargers who are still hurting and recovering. So
I picked against the Chargers before this year. Picked against them last week, and they beat me. Anyways, Kansas City plays Denver.
yeah.
Denver has been the luckiest, most just they're the luckiest team in the NFL this year. Other than they had a bad break against the Colts this year. Other than that, very lucky. Uh, Kansas City coming off that loss 2 weeks ago. They had a bye week. They're 3.5-point road favorites. Andy Reid off bye weeks 22-4. He is sharp as a tack. Looks like they may have Isaiah Pacheco back as well. Patrick Surtain looks like he might not still be back. Of course, they're 2-0 without him, the Denver Broncos. This game is at Denver, but I like Kansas City. Denver has not had their bye week. Kansas City coming off their bye week. I like Kansas City actually win pretty comfortably. 27-17, Chiefs win, cover easy on the road, and get back in the mix there because they got to make up some ground and make it up fast. What's your thoughts about Denver, Kansas City? I think it'll be a really good game.
Really great game. This should be the game of the week. This is a team that's trying to be playoff contention, be in the mix. If they don't want to hear about Kansas City. I feel like everybody keeps talking about Kansas City, Kansas City. Look, this game is going to be in the last few seconds of the game. It's going to be 28-27, and it's going to be Kansas City winning. But this game is, it's going to be the first game that Denver is not going to be able to win in the last few minutes
Okay.
because
Okay.
of one man, Mr. Patty Mahomes, and he's in Denver, and he plays differently in that elevation, man. He
He
and
plays well down up there for some reason.
yeah, and I mean he's going to be chased. That defense is going to get onto him. But the special teams, this is a special teams game. This is a playoff game for both of them. One team wants to show that they deserve to be in the playoffs. The other team wants to make sure they make the playoffs. This team, this is going to be 28-27. It's going to be a great game. But the
Yeah.
Chiefs will win this.
Be a very good game. I will say this. Steve Spagnuolo, this is one thing I think he'll probably catch is they do struggle with these mobile quarterbacks. I saw those big first downs that Justin Herbert picked up with his legs in week one, and this Bo Nix got some wheels. That's something that I would probably put a safety down in the box on third and long, because I don't think he can get the ball deep. If I'm Kansas City, that's the only adjustment that I do. That's something that could potentially beat them. But I do like Kansas City to win and play well and cover easy. This game could possibly be the game of the week. Seattle, LA Rams,
Oh,
two red hot teams right now in the NFC West, the two West, as this is going to be great. Both coming off big division, double-digit wins. Both of them are in my personal power five. Only injuries in this game. Seattle looked like their center might not play this, Jalen Sundell. But the Rams, I mentioned this yesterday. Matt Stafford, 25 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Puka Nacua back a few games now. Devontae Adams a little banged up, but looks like he practiced today. He's going to be okay. I like the Rams. They win and take over first place and go to 8-2, and they knock Seattle down to 7-3. The last time they played in LA, it went into overtime. So this is a very good game here. 27-23 Rams win, but this will be another very airtight game. Can't wait to see it on Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, the fact that we have to pick a winner for this game,
it's going to be a good one. It might go overtime. It did go overtime one of their games last year, but that was with Geno Smith.
Yeah, and they're indoors, so the game's going to play fast for both teams. They don't have to worry about weather. What do I want? I like Los Angeles and what they're doing, but I've been a fan of Seattle and their young defense, and now all of a sudden they're growing up.
They seem to be coming together. They were very impressive last week.
I like for them to take over this game to try to set the tone. And man, give me Seattle. They're gonna win this game 28-21.
Wow. Man, you going against the grain. You trying to get the lead on me, ain't you?
No, well, I have a feeling that this young group is going to get to Matt Stafford because they're fast, and Matt Stafford he's got a quick release, but we'll see if his release is faster than some of these dogs that Seattle has.
Well, the Rams got pretty good defense too, though.
No. I'm not.
With Donald
but Darnold can still run for his life. Matt Stafford can't.
Darnold's a pretty good athlete.
Yeah, and Stafford.
We'll see what happens, man. You like Seattle? I like the Rams.
And now, mind you, this is an MVP caliber season for Matt Stafford. I
25-2. He'd probably be the front runner right now with those numbers.
I hope this O-line can keep him upwards and that there's nothing bad that happens to him. I just knock on wood on that. But I expect that defense to get onto him. So I'm gonna take that 20. What did I say? 28-21.
28-21. Seattle.
28-21. Yeah, Seattle win this.
I picked the Rams. Tampa Bay at Buffalo. Now, but let me say this. This is a quick side note here. Buffalo lost last week in Miami. They were flat, 30-13. If they don't win the Super Bowl this year, if I'm the owner there of the Bills, I fire Sean McDermott there, and I call Bill Belichick. I bring Bill Belichick back to the NFL. His buyout, by the way, is peanuts for an owner, less than like $1 million. Down there in Carolina, he's starting to get things going in Carolina, but he would love an opportunity to coach a guy like a team like Buffalo with a player like Josh Allen. And I would bring former coordinator Brian Daboll back there. He's also worked with Bill Belichick before in the past. That's a different topic, but that's what I would do no matter, not unless they win the Super Bowl this year. They have to win the Super Bowl. If not, McDermott's fired, Bill Belichick, Dermott's out, Belichick and Brian Daboll are in. All that being said, Bills are going to be ticked off. Your Tampa Bay Bucks are going to be ticked off. This game's played in Buffalo. Buffalo's 5.5-point favorites coming off this loss. They're susceptible against the run, but Tampa is 24th in rush offense. They're very dependent on Baker Mayfield making big plays down the field. I don't see this thing happen. I think Bills play up to their talent level. No major injuries on either team. The over-under is 47.5. I like the Bills 27-20. This will be a good game because Baker's going to keep some fight with that Tampa team. 27-20 Bills win. What's your thoughts about that game? Another good one.
Yeah, so these whirlwinds from Canada and this being in Orchard Park, the best place in the world to play football on a Sunday. Give me a break. Listen, Tampa Bay's they gonna struggle in this weather, not because it's just cold, but not just
Really?
because it's cold.
I thought you'd
but,
have a different take than that.
No, Baker's played in cold weather. He don't care about it. But it's not Baker. It's the other players, and some of these players are from the South in the Southeast. And I'm like, Brown, just look, Buffalo get back on the winning side. This game's gonna go 24-21. Baker's gonna be one game short of trying to do things and be the better quarterback in this game. But this game won't have nothing to do with the team. This is all about the weather and that wind, man. That wind is crazy. You can't throw in it.
And by the way, side note, I wonder if Allen still has a chip on his shoulder that he wasn't the number one pick over Baker Mayfield. Mayfield was number one pick in 2018. I want to say that Allen was number 7, and of course number 32 was Lamar Jackson. Both of them turned out to be better players than Now Mayfield's caught up and played well, but I don't think he surpassed these guys. That's another little tidbit going back to the 2018 draft. I don't know if you forgot about that or not.
No, I ain't forget about
thought, maybe a little extra motivation for Josh Allen.
Ain't nobody forgot about Dre, but I will just say this: my take, and
I think the Allen in the back of his mind's probably thinking about that, ain't he?
Yeah, look,
forgot about Dre.
I have this take. I have this take about these guys, and my take is Allen staying in Buffalo and Joe Burrow staying in Cincinnati are the two best quarterbacks that will never win a Super Bowl on those teams. And
they both could be Dan Marino. That's true.
Yep.
And
I say
Jim
that,
Kelly.
and I'll stay to that until they move and win a Super Bowl somewhere else.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Okay, last NFL game, but not least, I thought about this game all week. I wanted to go the other direction in this game, but I have to pick with my head, not my heart. Detroit, Philadelphia.
I knew it. I knew you was going to. The Lions be lying.
The Eagles seem to have. Well, listen, the Lane Johnson got hurt Monday night. Jalen Hurts does not have a winning record when Lane Johnson misses games, but Lane Johnson's been back at practice today, man. Fully practiced. That's the right tackle for the Eagles. A.J. Brown doing A.J. Brown things, been moaning and groaning all week. Even though they won the game, that's A.J. Brown for you if he don't get the rock. That being said, the Lions they didn't have their Kirby Joseph did not practice today. Safety. Terran Arnold did not practice today, and it looks like they might not have their star tight end. What's his name? He didn't practice today either. Sam Laporta. So I'm concerned about that, and it's also a road game. And Dan Campbell's calling the plays now, so he don't trust the play caller there. I like what he said. We're going to need it out of all three phases. If they go in there and play the way they played the Ravens about a month ago, they could very well go up there and beat Philadelphia in that Philadelphia. But with those injuries like that, I just do not see it happening. Unfortunately, I want to pick and I hope I'm wrong, folks. I really do, because I want to play Dan Campbell's post-game speech next week when I come back on the air. But it's going to be 31-22. I think the Eagles are going to end up winning this game, unfortunately. What's your thoughts about Detroit at the at the Eagles on Sunday Night Football?
Yeah, Lincoln Financial is going to be cold as ice.
Yeah, and also an indoor team versus outdoor, but they're tough.
There's going to be a running game, focus on a running game, because I don't know if you can throw in that wind. I don't know if you want to, but it's really windy up here, man. This has been crazy.
It was cold weather here early in the week here in the South.
Yeah, I don't. If you bet in Detroit, I'm not a bettor, but I think that the Philadelphia Eagles are gonna run this, and they're gonna run Detroit out of town. This game's gonna be like 32 to like 24, man.
Okay, we're about the same. Yeah, we're about the same.
But yeah, they're not. This is not. It's not one of those games where the air game is in your favor, and if that's something that you depend on with St. Brown and your Laporta and even Gibbs catching from the backfield, this ain't that type of game, man. This is gonna be cold and just real hard knocks, man. So
we'll see what happens. Hope I'm wrong. Love to see the Lions go up there and beat